Expectations are a surefire route to disappointment, disillusionment, disconnection, and frequently resentment. We have this tendency to make assumptions and predictions about how things should play out, how other people should behave, how other people should respond to us. And when they don't live up to what our expectation is, we're frequently very insulted and we take it personally. What we fail to understand is that not everyone thinks the same as we do. Not everybody places emphasis on the same values as we do. And the more we can understand that, the more we can be realistic in what we expect from other people. Similarly, we have a tendency to have very high expectations of ourselves, and this can lead to a diminishment in our feelings of self-worth when we don't realize our expectations, when we find ourselves experiencing setbacks or find that we have bitten off more than we can chew. And it's not that we are anyways deficient, it is just that we have set our expectations too high. Now, just a caveat to this doesn't mean that you can't have standards or you can't hold yourself and other people accountable. It's just realizing that there is a difference between realistic expectations and accountability, and expectations that are based on your paradigms, your narratives, your stories, and your beliefs that don't really tie in with your current circumstances and the people in your life. Ultimately, you have to meet people where they are at, not where you would like them to be at. And we do have a tendency, particularly in our close relationships, to assume that a person should be a certain way as opposed to accepting them as they are and finding ways to come into alignment, to work together, as opposed to wanting the other person to conform to who it is that you want them to be. Expectations, though, can be a great opportunity for you to look within, because frequently our expectations of others, particularly the unrealistic ones, are reflective of our inner world. They are telling us something about ourselves, whether it be about something that was deficient in our past or whether it be something that we are missing at the moment, some sort of void inside of us that we may have to fill ourselves as opposed to looking to other people to fill for us. Having expectations that are unrealistic and that are resulting in disappointment and disillusionment is also an opportunity to challenge your relationship with uncertainty, to challenge your relationship with control, and to challenge your relationship with ambiguity, with everything not being the way that you would like it to be. I mean, the more rigid we are, the more we clutch onto control and certainty, the more unhappy we're going to be, because ultimately there is no way on earth we can control everything, and the anxiety that we experience when we try to do so can be so distressing. It also leads to disconnect within the self and disconnect from others, because if you are so busy trying to perfect other people and mold them into who it is that you want them to be, or indeed if you're trying to mold yourself into a version of yourself which you deem acceptable, then you are completely disconnected from your reality. You're completely disconnected from the other person. And again, as I said, it's about recognizing that you work with the person that you are, that you work with other people as they are. And that tends to be more fruitful, a lot more worthwhile. I mean, the more accepting you are of yourself and others, the more likely you are to be able to come to some sort of compromise, the more likely you are to be able to work compassionately and productively as opposed to resentfully. If you would like to work on expectations that are maybe causing you issues in life, get in touch with me on the website fundamentals.ie.